Welcome back to another episode of the FireStorm podcast. Today we're doing some miscellaneous nonsense. Is what we're doing today. Yeah. Well, that's every episode, isn't it? But hey, we're gonna talk about a little bit about upcoming WrestleMania since it's next weekend.
Yeah,
it's next weekend.
Yeah, I'm gonna drop this episode on the Wednesday, so the weekend coming will be...
So this upcoming weekend is
WrestleMania 39.
39! Oh my lord!
You know, we were kind of speculating because WrestleMania 40 is in Gus's backyard, essentially. It's just like, what if I...
It's in the Eagles Stadium.
What if I come to America and then crash at yours and we go to Mania? Like,
yeah,
that day.
You could.
I mean, look, we'll see how much money I save up by then. But look,
we're probably gonna have to go for some cheap ass WrestleMania tickets. But...
We'll be in the fucking nosebleed section by a mile.
Yeah.
My God. Yeah, no,
it won't be pretty. We won't be seeing shit. We're just gonna be drinking our asses off.
That'll be fun. That'll be good. But yeah, no, we're here to do two main things. We're going to give our thoughts on the WrestleMania 39 card. Probably do, say who we think is going to win. And we're going to do a little tier list as well of all the guems we've played on FireStorm and ranking them.
Woohoo!
So, stay tuned for that. Let's quickly go over the WrestleMania card. So obviously because of the whole 2-night thing, WrestleMania is it's been split up 2 nights, so that means 2 openings, 2 main events, all that jazz.
Yep.
So night 1 confirmed for the opening. It's actually been confirmed. We have a match for the United States Championship. Austin Theory, the champ, versus John Cena, who's coming back.
Yo!
The
opener? That's kind of crazy.
It is. If anyone didn't know, I'm definitely more in tune with the wrestling than Gus is as of late.
Yeah, I've kind of been out of it. I'm still keeping my finger on it. I still know some stuff that's happening, but I don't watch every week. So. Yeah. But I hear it's getting better, so I might, if I get a chance, I might get back into it. I've just been really off of it recently. I've been so busy. I'll probably talk about this a little bit at some other time, but yeah, I've just been crazy busy recently.
Yeah, with Triple H taking the reins, it's definitely gotten better. There's still some things that need to be worked out, but yeah, it's definitely gotten better. And I have been able to watch week to week because WWE now airs on a service called Binge here, and I've got Binge off of one of my workmates, actually. He just gave me his password, so I've been able to actively watch weekly wrestling, like WWE and AEW at work, just because I have it propped up, playing on my phone, and whenever my boss walks past, I just flip it down. So I've actually been able to actively watch wrestling as of late, so that's pretty cool. I missed the last AEW pay-per-view, though, which was apparently one of the best shows they've ever put on, so that sucks. But, yeah. So, everyone thinks for this match, this is just the match to crown Austin Theory, is the next John Cena.
Yeah.
Some people want John to win and give him another US title, open challenge run, but, I don't think there's a point. He's a movie star. Fucking let him go do movies. Just let Theory take that dub. He needs something. Because
I'm in agreement for sure. Because Theory, I think he has a lot of potential. I've only seen a handful of his matches, but he's a very talented kid, for sure.
He's good.
I say kid, he's young compared to all the other guys. But, for sure, he's got the potential. It's definitely there. He's charismatic. He's good in the ring. He's the whole package, really.
Yeah, because last year he was beaten by Pat McAfee and then got stone cold stunned by Steve Austin. So he needs a big win. He's done good shit, but he hasn't had a real good cementing dub.
And I do hope John Cena still got it because I think they could have a great match.
Yeah, that's always the issue. Like, every time in the past few years John Cena has returned, it's always been for him to do the exact same shit. Like, he's always in a tag match or something. He comes in, he does his 5 moves of doom, the AA, maybe a submission, and that's
You would
it.
assume
like,
he takes it pretty seriously. I imagine he's been practicing recently.
I hope so, because like all of his recent matches, he's done like his same shtick and no variation, like just to pop the crowd, and it's getting a bit tedious in my opinion. It's getting a bit annoying.
I could see that.
Also,
I do think John should have another world title run at some point just to break the record, but it might be too late.
I don't think they want to. I think leaving both him and Rick at 16 is like, I don't know, cementing a legacy.
It's fine either way.
Mm. Yeah, also, we're recording this on like the weekend before Mania, so if any more matches are announced next week, sorry. Yeah. Also confirmed for night 1, in a singles match, we have Seth freaking Rollins versus Logan Paul. Yeah, so...
What about Seth fucking Rollins?
It's fucking Rollins.
He's got a kid now, right?
Yeah. So, Logan Paul, he turned heel again. I'll update Gus with what I know. He turned heel again after... Because he turned face to fight Roman in Saudi Arabia.
He turned heel again after his last crypto scam.
Yeah, and then I reckon, because everyone knows that the crowd just doesn't like him, and like they finally admitted, look, no one likes you, Logan, but you are good. They at least appreciate that much, so we'll turn you heel again.
Yeah.
And I tell you what, I don't know how I feel about this, because in one hand, Logan Paul is very good. He wants to be committed to WWE and wants to do some big event, like more big events like this. So giving him the win would be cool. It would make sense. But then again, he's beating the guy who's like, beaten Brock Lesnar, Triple H, and like all that. The guy who's beaten all these people at Mania. So you look at Seth Rollins' Mania history, and then it's just like, oh yeah, he beat Brock, he beat the Game, he beat this guy, and then he lost to Logan Paul. Like, it would be such a weird black spot on his WrestleMania legacy that, like, I just don't know how I feel about it. Because, like...
Yeah, I would argue that Logan doesn't need to win. Because, like, no matter what, it's just, like, it's Logan Paul. You know, like, everybody's going to know who he is. It's not like... Even if he loses, he's not gonna, like... His primary source of his popularity was never from wrestling anyway.
I know.
So, like, people are gonna, like... It's just... Because in my eyes, Logan, he never should have started wrestling in the first place. Like, he's good, but, like, it's great that he's good, but, like, how did he even get here? You know what I mean? Like, he should have just stayed on YouTube being an idiot.
I think...
And, I don't know.
It's weird. His match record, he beat Ray and Dominic with The Miz, then he lost to Roman, and, like, is that all he's done? Like, he hasn't had a lot of matches, and...
Yeah.
Like, I'm indecisive about, like, does he need the win, does he not? So, yeah, I don't know. Then he was in the Royal Rumble, of course.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, so I don't know. I don't know who I want to win. I would like Seth to win, just because I'm not a big fan of Logan. But then again, in saying that, Prime is finally in Australia, and I do really want to try it. So yeah, have fun with that. Then also on night 1,
I've never tried Prime. I'm not gonna touch that shit.
I'm not a conformist. I don't do what the masses do.
I'm not a conformist. I drink cherry Coca-Cola.
Yeah, capitalism.
I don't buy upstart brands. I buy big corporation products.
Yeah, baby. And also. Okay, the predicted main event for night 1, which I hope it is, for the WWE SmackDown Women's Champion, the champion Charlotte Flair, versus Rhea Ripley of the Judgment Day. And I hope
that would be a good main event, yeah.
It would be, and I hope to God Rhea Ripley wins. Give my Australian emo girlfriend a fucking dub, please. God damn. She is a legend. She's really good. And
she is good.
I've even got non-wrestling mates that are, like, really into emos. Like, god damn. Like, mommy? Because that's the whole gimmick.
Yeah, no, she is a mommy, for sure.
Her gimmick is mommy.
Holy shit.
One thing I want to happen this WrestleMania is I want a Judgment Day sweep. So I want Rhea to win, I want Finn to win, and I want Dominic to win. And I don't know, Damian Priest can do something else. I don't know. But no, wait, he's in the. I think he might be in the Andre the Giant Memorial Battle Royal that's coming up Saturday. No, it's not Saturday. SmackDown. That's on the SmackDown before Mania. So he might.
They put it on SmackDown. That shit is useless.
I know. But I think he might be in that. But I want Bronson Reed to win that personally. But yeah,
understandable.
So yeah, give Rhea the win because they fought at Mania. I think it was the non-crowd Mania 36, and
oh yeah, I do remember that.
Yeah, and Charlotte won the NXT title, which people was excited for. And then they didn't really do anything with it. They think they gave it to Io Shirai after that. So yeah, I hope Rhea wins. Give her the title. She deserves it.
Yes, I agree. Rhea should win.
Mm-hmm.
Charlotte's had enough championships. Let Rhea win.
She's on 14 now. So she could easily lose, win it back, and then be tied with her father. Like they could have.
Imagine she breaks the record.
She will. Oh fuck, she will. Like
I think, yeah, I imagine she will.
They definitely will. The only match confirmed for night 2 is the main event. So we should probably talk about this last bit.
God.
For the undisputed WWE Universal Championship, which I really hope they
did it again. They really fused them again.
Well, they haven't. It's not confirmed. It's still 2 belts, but I hope they do fuse it. Like, it's still 2 separate belts, but they're just calling it the undisputed WWE Universal Championship. So either after Mania, Cody has to, like, split it or combine it. I hope that happens. But the champion, Roman Reigns, accompanied by Paul Heyman, versus Cody Rhodes, the winner of the Royal Rumble. Rhea run the
God, I hope Cody wins.
That's why, like, I think it'll be symbolic. The 2 Royal Rumble winners main event the 2 nights. I think that'll be cool. So yeah, fuck. Like, it just makes all the sense in the world for Cody to win. The only reason I'd imagine they'd give the win to Roman is because he's very close to breaking 1,000 days as the Universal Champion. So, like, that's kind of
that's not worth giving up Cody winning at Mania, though.
No, I don't think it is either. I think they've been building up Cody for this long. They should just give it to him. They should, like...
Yeah.
They're putting...
100%. Like, with Roman, they've backed themselves into a corner. Like, they've done so well. I mean, at least from what I can tell, they've done so well with Cody so far. So just give it to him. Like, there will not be a single person who will complain about Cody beating Roman.
No.
Like, it's what should happen. 100%.
I love this for multiple reasons. I love that the guy that started AEW is going to win the WWE champion, like the biggest prize in WWE. Like that, and like he's still got that presentation
against the guy that WWE has been backing for like a decade.
Yeah, like I love that idea, and as well, like Cody was such a polarizing figure at the end of his AEW run. He wanted to be this mega babyface that everyone loved. He couldn't make it happen over there. So when he defected to WWE and did the exact same shit, everyone loves him. And I just think that is the funniest shit in the world. Like, it's just like, alright, fine. I'll go be a megastar over in the bigger place.
I feel like the AEW audience is just too jaded for that just good old babyface shtick to really work.
Well, because they did fuck it up.
When you're at WWE, you're just like having fun, you know?
Yeah, they did fuck it up though. Like with the whole Cody Souls racism thing. And then fighting like an English guy and claiming like America's better than England, like that. They really did they did fuck up the presentation. It could have worked, but they just fucked it. So they haven't like WWE hasn't fucked it. They've just continuously presented him as a humble, big-time star. And give him the dub.
What a guy.
I still remember, it was like WrestleMania 28 or something, the Legacy Triple Threat match, Randy, Cody, and DiBiase. And how far he's come. 10 years later, he's main eventing Mania now. Fuck yeah. Go Cody.
Yeah. Go Cody. Take home the win, brother.
Get that dub. So now we just have all the other matches which have been confirmed, but we don't know what night they're on. We have, for the WWE Raw Women's Championship, the champion Bianca Belair versus Asuka, who is finally heel. She turned heel the other night, something like that. And I think it's Asuka's time, because Bianca literally won the title.
I would agree.
Yeah,
if she just turned heel, I think she should win.
Yes. I believe Bianca won the title at the last Mania. She's had a year with the championship. I also think she broke a record for it was like holding the championship for the longest amount of time as a black person. She broke that record. I think it was held by Booker T or someone else before. But she's broken that record, and she's done a lot of good things with the championship. And but yeah, I think Asuka, as much as she's been up and down over the past few years, I think she's been revitalized a little bit. She's changed up her gimmick enough to be her independent heel self, Kana.
Yeah.
And I think she's ready to dominate as a heel for a while. But if she's the Raw heel and Rhea's the SmackDown heel, they got to start building up new big baby faces and for WWE women. So I'm curious how they're going to do that.
But yeah, if Asuka just turned heel, she should win.
Yes,
for sure.
Next up, a match I don't think anyone actually wants to see apart from maybe Vince. Brock Lesnar versus Omos with MVP. Yeah, they're actually doing it. We thought it was a joke. It's not a joke. They're actually doing it.
I'm surprised MVP is still here.
Yeah, no, he's just a manager. He's pretty good at it. He's a good talker. He knows what he's doing. But I love it. Literally, in Omos's theme, it's just it literally says don't need no one else. I walk he's by himself.
But I need someone else to talk for me.
But I can talk. I can fight, but I can't talk.
I'm just big man.
Again, indecisive. This is the same as the Seth and Logan situation. Did you give the win to the established guy that's had this amazing Mania record, or do you try to give Omos the rub and make him the next dominant giant? Because Omos, I don't think he's had a good match yet. So
yeah, that sounds about right.
Yeah, I'm a bit I don't know. I feel like it's going to be Omos, though, because Brock has been doing this cool cowboy babyface thing for a little bit, for a few months. And it's really cool. I like the change in Brock Lesnar. But this is kind of the thing. How much longer is Lesnar going to be around?
Yeah.
If he's in for another 2 years, give it to Lesnar. Let him beat a giant, let him do some cool shit. But, if he's doesn't plan on sticking around. This is always the argument with Brock Lesnar every year. How much longer is he going to be here?
True.
He's been back for a decade, and no one expected it to last that long. So, I don't know. I feel like they're going to give it to Omos, though.
Yeah, if she's in for the... if he's in for the long haul, then yeah. Just let Lesnar, F5 the guy and be over, but who knows?
Next up, we have a triple threat for the WWE Intercontinental Championship. We have the champion Gunther versus Sheamus versus Drew McIntyre. Big Daddy matchup right here. Fuck yes.
Man, this is gonna fucking slap.
Gunther and Sheamus.
Quite literally.
God.
Quite literally since Gunther's in the match.
Quite literally. Gunther and Sheamus at Clash of the Castle was 5 stars. Gunther beat Rey Mysterio's Royal Rumble record for the longest time in the match, like, other than the greatest Royal Rumble, but we don't include that.
Never.
So Gunther's been on a fucking king stretch. He's been kicking ass up and down the country, up and down the world for the past year. And he's beaten other records for the Intercontinental Championship. He's now, like, held it continuously, like the 5th longest record or something like that, last I heard.
Nice.
And I think they should give this, though, to Sheamus, because Sheamus has also proved himself to be a fucking king. And I think it's the last title Sheamus needs before he becomes Triple Crown. Like, he's won all the titles.
Oh, yeah. I think it is, actually. Yeah, you're right.
I think he's in the exact same...
Give it to him.
Like, it's funny, like, John Cena and Sheamus, the fact they debuted, like, 6 years apart, or so many years apart, but yet they're both in the same boat when it comes to titles. Like, they've both won Money in the Bank, Royal Rumble, and all the titles apart from the Intercontinental title. So I feel like, yeah, Sheamus deserves it. I hope he gets it.
Yeah, for sure.
Drew is awesome,
especially since he's had such a good stretch of months. Like, he was kind of on the back burner for a long time, but now that he's, like, ever since that match with Gunther, he's just been... I feel like he's gotten, at the very least, he's gotten more of a spotlight on him. But yeah, I agree. Sheamus for the win, for sure.
Yeah,
Drew's great and everything. Like, this match is gonna be fucking crazy.
I can't.
But
wait.
Sheamus should win.
Give it 30 minutes. Just let them beat the shit out of each other.
Yeah,
please.
exactly. Yeah, just give him half an hour, for sure.
All right. Next up, we have a match that was kind of thrown together, kind of not, but they have been building it up. 6-woman tag match. We have Damage Control of Bayley, Dakota Kai, and Io Sky versus Trish Stratus and the WWE Women's Tag Team Championship champions Lita and Becky Lynch. So, in my head...
Lita's a champion? Holy shit.
Lita and Becky Lynch are the women's tag champions right now.
That's wild.
Yeah, no, I really feel like they're doing this to prop Becky up as a all-time women's legend by teaming her with 2 legends that are in the Hall of Fame.
Yeah, I could see that. That makes sense.
Yeah, and I feel like they're gonna win. Like, that... Damage Control has been interesting since they returned at SummerSlam and formed their faction, but they haven't really done anything that significant. But I mean,
it's an interesting faction. That's 3 really talented ladies right there.
It is, and I feel like they all could be doing other things. Like, the brief time Dakota and Io were tag champions, it was that brief that no one really cared. Like,
yeah.
I think the faces are going to win. I think the legends are probably going to win and be the swan song for Trish and Lita. Maybe they'll do it. I feel like they're going to win, and then the Raw after Mania, they're going to do an angle where, like, Damage Control injure Lita, so then they have to forfeit the tag titles. Or maybe they just have an impromptu tag match and lose the titles, because, like, I feel like this is purely to make Becky look like a living legend like Trish and Lita. Like, I'm just convinced at this point.
That would make sense, in fairness. So, yeah, I agree, though. I think the Team Legends will win on this one. It's a shame, though. Damage Control seems like such a good faction.
It is really interesting. Like, I wish they had more to do. Like, they've inserted them in random spots. Like, they literally came out and interrupted Rhea Ripley the other night and just had, like, a little argument with them. And Bayley's like, hey, look, if you need help with Charlotte, I've beaten Charlotte before. And Rhea's just like, nah, bitch, I don't need your help.
Yeah, how many tries did it take you, Bayley?
Yeah, true. Next up, a Hell in the Cell match. Edge versus Finn Balor. I am happy Hell in a Cell is not just a pay-per-view now. I'm pretty sure they can.
Yes.
And it's an actual feud ender, like it's meant to be. Finn Balor, please.
Finn, give it to Finn.
I know Edge said he wants to probably retire this year, but Finn needs a big win. Yeah, Edge is good, but like the amount of times he since he's returned in 2020, was it? Or 2021? Since
Something
he's
like
it was 20. I think it was 2021 because since he's returned,
has he gotten injured twice?
Yeah, he's had a feud, gotten injured, and returned again at the Royal Rumble. It's always the Royal Rumble. The past 3 years, he's been coming back just always to get that return pop at the Royal Rumble. And it's it's not as good as the first one, but they do it every time. No. And I'm sick of it. I'm fucking sick of him coming back at the Royal Rumble. And as awesome and as such as defining legacy as Edge has had, his matches are mid. They're nearly always mid.
Yeah, he can't really carry a match anymore.
No, so
Finn though, he can carry a match.
He can. And I want the Judgment Day to have a clean sweep, so I want Finn to win. Because I feel like after Mania, Finn would be an awesome first challenger to Cody. I feel like
that is good.
I feel like that would be an awesome face-heel match. And Dominic being the big asshole after beating his dad. The Judgment Day can go even bigger. The Judgment Day have done a lot of good shit, but they can go bigger. If they all win at Mania. So, yeah.
Whatever, Damian Priest, you don't count.
You can do something. Bud. Give him... let him beat Fury or something. I don't know. Give him something. Yep, next... I didn't even know this was happening. The Women's WrestleMania Showcase Fatal 4-Way Tag Match. Well,
why is Ronda Rousey's back?
So they're doing, showcase tag matches. And I don't know... I'm not sure what the deal is, but this is just another way to get more people on the card, I guess. Liv Morgan and Raquel Rodriguez versus Natalya and Shotzi versus Ronda Rousey and Shayna Baszler versus one more team that's yet to be announced. I think it's going to be Chelsea Green and Piper Niven, I think. Not yet confirmed.
Interesting.
Honestly, I forgot this was happening, and the only real team-looking team here is Ronda and Shayna. So, probably give it to them. Unless you
if Ronda's here, I feel like she would win.
Yeah, and I feel like they're trying to use Ronda to also give Shayna a bit more of a rub as well, which makes sense. I feel like Ronda and Shayna should take this, but I've been so down on Ronda for a while. She doesn't have standout matches that much anymore. So, I've been down on her for a bit. The last match against Shotzi was fucking terrible. Worst match of the last pay-per-view. It was just meh. Then we have the...
Anyway, Ronda should win.
Oh, probably. Yeah. Ronda and Shayna. Dub.
Yeah.
Then we have the men's WrestleMania Showcase Fatal 4-Way Tag Match. Braun Strowman and Ricochet versus Angelo Dawkins and Montez Ford, the Street Profits, versus Chad Gable and Otis, the Alpha Academy, versus Eric and Ivar, the Viking Raiders with Valhalla. I don't know.
Oh.
I don't know who should win this one. I feel like...
Yeah, I don't know.
All teams, I know you haven't been watching weekly shows, but they've actually been making Braun and Ricochet, a really good cohesive team. It's actually been...
Yeah, when I saw this, I feel like they're the ones who are going to win. I don't know how much WWE has changed, but at least, especially if it was, Vince in charge of this, 100% the, thrown-together tag team would be the one to win. 100%. But, but even now, I think Braun Strowman and Ricochet, at the very least, is an interesting combination. At least they're doing something, right? So I feel like, I don't know, they're just like, I feel like they just would have more like dynamic. They'll have a very dynamic performance, but between all of these different tag teams, I feel like they've got it. Strowman and Ricochet.
Yeah, and like any of these teams would benefit from a win, but they're all, as far as I'm aware, they've all been built up fairly well.
Pin Angelo Dawkins.
Yeah, and like they've all Angelo Dawkins. Yeah, they've all got their own things going on. So the showcase match is definitely just thrown together. But yeah, I think
here's your WrestleMania paycheck, fellas.
Yeah, I think you're right though. It's in my mind, it's either Braun and Ricochet or the Viking Raiders, just because they are trying to, like, since their return, they have been trying to prop up the Viking Raiders big time. But I feel like Braun and Ricochet is probably where it's going to be at.
Well, that's good. At least they're working on the Viking Raiders.
Yeah.
What were they before this? What was their original name before fucking Vince changed it?
War Machine. And then War Raiders.
War Machine, that's right.
It was War Machine, War Raiders, then the Viking Experience, which everyone hated, and then it was
the Viking Experience.
Then it was Viking Raiders. And Valhalla was...
Yeah, I just looked to see who she was, because I didn't know it. But yes, that's Sarah, Sarah
Logan. That's it,
Yeah.
And she's married to one of them. Which one?
Yeah, I don't know which one. I don't care either.
One of the two. But yeah, then we have the tag team match for the undisputed WWE Tag Team Championships. We have the champions, Jimmy and Jay, the Usos, versus Kevin Owens and Sami Zayn, who finally reunited, finally got back to being best mates. And I think
they better win.
Yeah, you know what? I think if they're doing like a Bloodline implodes thing, like, because it kind of works. If they implode the Bloodline, they can send Solo off to do his own thing, and the Judgment Day can take over as the next big faction. I feel like give the titles to Sami and Kevin.
Oh yeah, I can't like the Usos. Like, they're super talented and all that, but like, if Roman's gonna lose, the Usos should also lose, 100%.
Yeah,
and Kevin and Sami just got back. Like, they just reunited and joined as a tag team again. Like, and this I'm assuming this is their first match since they've become a tag team again.
Yeah,
they've got to win, 100%.
Yeah,
like that's solid.
I think it just is perfect. What with everything Sami Zayn's been doing the past few years and getting all this attention brought on him, and how everyone like loves him again, and his history with Kevin as well. I feel like they should have something to cement their legacy in WWE together, and them winning the tag titles at Mania feels perfect. So,
yes,
I think this works perfectly. And the most recent match that's been announced, soon to be like the first inductee to the WWE Hall of Fame 2023, Rey Mysterio.
True.
Versus his son, Dominic Mysterio. And,
what a match.
Yeah, this match finally got made the other night on SmackDown, when Dominic was literally screaming at his mother and his sister, like, shut up. Like, I don't want to listen to you. You all, like, blocked me, and you all fucking take his side. And then Ray just comes in and fucking clocks him in the face, and, like, finally hits him after, like, a month of like, Dominic teasing Ray. So, yeah, Dominic. Like,
Dominic.
As much
100% Dominic.
Like, I know Ray's entering the Hall of Fame. I know he's a legend. But, like, you need...
That's the exact reason he should lose.
No, that's it. See, in my head, like, if you want to have that perfect balance of, like... Because not... I've realized this thing. I always thought...
And Dominic should cheat. He should cheat to do it.
Oh, definitely. Or rip the mask. Take the mask or something.
Yeah,
but, like, I know... Like, I always thought, when I was younger, I always thought WrestleMania is the time where, like, all the faces win and, like, stories culminate and all that. But not every story has to culminate with the face winning. And I feel like with all the matches where the faces take the win, the Judgment Day as the heels should be the one to be the other half of that. So,
right, yes.
That's why I keep.
And not all stories culminate at WrestleMania either. They might culminate it somewhere another time.
Yeah, but I feel like I hope Ray doesn't retire after this because he's still really good. But I feel like this is the perfect thing. He gets introduced in the Hall of Fame, puts over his son, and does a little goodbye thing, and goes away for a bit, and maybe comes back later.
Yeah,
it's the perfect rub for Dominic as well. So
yes, 100%.
And maybe
Dominic needs this.
Maybe give him a mask, because I still remember. I know it's definitely changed since then, but when around the time Dominic debuted, they literally copyrighted the name Prince Mysterio, or something like that. So to get to make him the next guy that wears the mask. But now that he's a heel, he could wear the mask, but I think he's fine with that.
I agree. I don't think he needs it.
Yeah, just give Dom the win.
Dom takes the win.
Yes. That is all the matches that is currently on Wikipedia. I'm trying to think if there was anything else. Sorry, that was my drink bottle. I'm trying to think if there was anything else. I know that they want to try and they want Bobby Lashley to have a match. They were trying to set up a feud with him and Bray Wyatt, but it appears Bray Wyatt has either some sort of injury or Bray Wyatt has shit the bed because not a lot of people have been interested in his shtick anymore because it got boring very quickly. So, if they give Bobby or Bray something to do, we'll see. There was the Andre the Giant Memorial Battle Royal. I'm trying to remember who was in that. I'm going to bring up SmackDown.
I don't care.
On the thing, because I saw the whole group of fucking people, and I saw Bronson Reed, one of the ones in the front row, and I'm like, oh, give the win to Bronson, please. Other than that, I don't know who else, what else they need to do. They might give something to LA Knight. I know The Miz. The Miz is the host. The Miz is the host of Mania. So he'll have
do anymore.
He'll have a few interactions. He might introduce some celebrities, and I think they're gonna do a thing with him and LA Knight because they're in Los Angeles and he is LA Knight because that's just how it goes. Here we go. Here's the match card. Oh, I'll run this down very quickly for the Andre the Giant Memorial Battle Royal. Joaquin Wilde, Cruz del Toro, Marseille Mansour, Kyle Anderson, Luke Gallows, Shelton Benjamin, Cedric Alexander, Angel Garza, Humberto Carrillo, Ashante Adonis, Top Dollar, Santos Escobar, Dexter Lumis, Butch, Rich Holland, Dolph Ziggler, Mustafa Ali, Rick Boogs, Elias, Johnny Gargano, Xavier Woods, LA Knight, Bobby Lashley, Karrion Kross, Baron Corbin, Bronson Reed, and Madcap Moss.
Oh, so one thing I wanted to just briefly bring up, since we're here, we had a very large announcement at 2 a.m. last night. ReZero Season 3.
Oh, fuck yeah! Announced. Woo! Yeah, baby.
And, I don't know when I don't have a good inkling of when it's going to happen. I would assume late the second half of 2024 is my guess.
Damn.
It's still a long time away. For sure. But here's just to give you an idea. We at the end of season 2, we got through volume 15 of the light novels, and from what I've seen, there are 30 ReZero light novels currently out in Japan. So there's a lot more ReZero to go, and what's upcoming is, you remember that the Royal Selection that Amelia was going to enter but never did?
Yes.
That's what's happening in season 3, is the Royal Selection. So I haven't read too far. I do have the next few ReZero light novels. I've read a little bit of volume 16, but I haven't gotten too far. So I have a general idea of what's going on, but yeah, I don't know. Like, there were some villains teased in the little trailer that was presented at Anime Japan, and I don't know who they are. So I'm gonna try to read a little bit. Hopefully, I'll be able to read all that I need to before season 3 goes out. But I feel like I've been missing some stuff with ReZero, so I actually want to try reading it. So
yeah, I feel like,
but that is, well, I assume we might, depending on what happens. I don't know if it's going to be straight 2 cores or if it's going to be separated like season 2 was, but either way, we might like to cover it again. We'll see what happens.
I feel like we should. Like, if we're still making content at the end of 2024, fuck, I hope we are. But because quite literally, like, our ReZero reviews have gotten the most, like, some of the most attention compared to any of our content, and I really did like discussing it. I put this in the notes, like, because the few, like, I'm definitely I watch a lot less anime than you and a few others. Like, I'm starting to get back into the groove now. I've got more streaming services, and I'm getting better at just having things on in the background now. So I've been able to watch more things, like, while at work and while working at home. But the few shows that I know we both are big fans of, and I hope we get to discuss on FireStorm, Demon Slayer Season 3, Jujutsu Kaisen Season 2, ReZero Season 3. Those are the few I feel like that would be good to talk about when they're concluded. I know we kind of steered clear of Demon Slayer a little bit because, like, it's just good. Like, what is there to say other than good. It's good? But there is more happening now more than ever, like, especially with the movie releases and, like, things that are happening now that I feel like it warrants a bit more of a discussion more than just, oh, it's good.
Sure.
So,
well, I mean,
and especially Jujutsu Kaisen, that shit's whack. And, like, you've told me as much. What's gonna happen is gonna be fucking crazy. So,
it is. Yeah, Jujutsu Kaisen. It's finally. I'll tell you what. I've been reading the manga for almost 2 years now, and it's finally got its groove back. It kind of lost me for about a year-ish. I was maybe a little less. Like, I was kind of like just reading it every week, like, this is so weird, what the fuck is happening? But now it feels like it's kind of got its groove back. It's doing something absolutely fucking wild. It's going absolutely wild again. And the Shibuya incident, which is part of what's happening in Season 2, 2 straight cores. I believe they confirmed it's 2 straight cores, which will be at least 24 episodes straight. It's going to be wild. It's going to be absolutely fucking insano style, and it's like everybody who's not read the manga is going to freak out, like 100%. It's, if you thought Season 1 was crazy, the Shibuya incident, it just goes 100 times harder. Like, there's so many awesome fights. There's so many surprises, and by the end you will be a changed man, 100%. Like,
by the end, it's just changed man.
So you really will. Like, the main thing, like, we're gonna have a little bit of Gojo and fuck ever his name is, I forgot it already. His backstory of when Gojo was in Jujutsu High, but there is one important character who will be introduced in that everybody is going to simp for, which I don't blame them. It's a man. By the way, it's a man, and so he's an important character. But other than that, the Shibuya incident is really where it's going to start going hard. As for Demon Slayer, again, I finished up the manga. It must have been, I don't remember if it was 2020 or 2021. I believe it was 2021. I finished the manga end of 2021, but it was, this season is going to be really solid. There's not a whole lot of downtime. Like, it's going to be kind of like the last season, because it'll start off by, like, kind of presenting everything, and then it'll just dive straight into just one big fight. By the end, one of my absolute favorite moments of all of Demon Slayer is going to happen at the end of this season. So, look forward to that. That one's, it's a really, really sweet moment. I really, really like it. So, I'm excited about that. So yeah, this will be good, and plus we get to take a look at obviously there's going to be some big backstory. We're going to see Mitsuri Kanroji's backstory, as well as I totally forgot his name. Starts with an M. Muichiro. His backstory, the Mist Hashira. So two Hashiras we haven't really seen much of so far.
And everyone's freaking out.
They both got.
Everyone freaking out over
the bath scene
in the bath. Yeah. Everyone freaking out.
Yep, the bath scene. Yep. Mm-hmm. She's goofy. I like her. But yeah, they both have good backstories, and they're gonna be in season 3. So there's some good stuff coming up. And just so I can plug it again shamelessly, even though it's not even mine. If you're not watching Eden Zero, do yourself a favor and fix that, because I saw some news about Eden Zero Season 2, which is starting next week, and in exactly 7 days.
Would you like me to watch Eden Zero so we can discuss it on the channel?
We don't need to discuss. We don't need to discuss it. I like Eden Zero. I just love it. I don't need to discuss it. But I'm saying you should watch it. Everybody should watch it if you like shonen action stuff. 100% you should watch Eden Zero. Choreography and the animations are fucking beautiful. Like, JC Staff has just gone crazy with the animations. And I heard Eden Zero Season 2 specifically is going to have extended fights. So they're not just going to cover exactly what's in the manga. They're actually going to expand on what the fights were in the manga and go even harder. So, and just from the trailers, the visuals, like how they draw a lot of the moving magical parts or the ether gear in this case, how they draw those and the movement, it's all silky smooth and it's fucking dynamic as hell. A lot of the angles and the art direction is just fucking beautiful. So if you're not watching Eden Zero, do yourself a favor and fix that. Season 2 is where it gets really good, because there's a moment in me for Fairy Tail too. Obviously they're by the same guy, the manga are. There's a moment in Fairy Tail where I was like, okay, this is fucking awesome. And there's a moment for me like that in Eden Zero as well. It actually happened during what season 1 covered. So I actually think that moment in the manga was a little bit better, but season 2 is where it gets fucking insane. It's crazy. Season 2 is so good. Or what's going to happen in season 2. Obviously it hasn't happened yet, but I know what will happen, and it's so good. It'll keep you on your toes. It's top tier shonen. It absolutely is. So, and I say that as someone who has just finished catching up to One Piece. Okay, Eden Zero is top tier shonen. It 100% is. Do yourself a favor.
Would it be one of those shows that would be okay for me to have on the left screen while I'm writing on the right screen?
No, you gotta give it. You gotta give it. You want
me to pay full attention? Okay,
you have to, because otherwise, you're just good. You're gonna miss some stuff. It's not like it's not like you're watching a rom-com, right? You can't just have not pay attention to. I do the same shit. But Eden Zero, even if you do that, you're gonna want to pay attention, because Eden Zero will get your attention. The first season is definitely more slow. It's not it's going to take its time building up, and it's going to gather this cast of characters. But the second season, so maybe there are some parts where you can kind of just half pay attention. But for a lot of the action sequences, even in season 1, are really, really good. And season 2 is where it's going to get crazy. So you can, there are some parts, especially kind of early on. But if you don't pay attention, you're not going to really understand what's happening. So up to you. But Season 2 is where it gets really good. So,
okay.
Yeah, take that however you want to.
All right.
There's my pitch. There's my pitch for Eden Zero. Anyway, I'm going to start recording my screen because I forgot to.
Yes. Yeah, I was gonna ask if you could record the T-list thing, so I'll edit that. I'm gonna add a bit more visuals this time around. I know I've said that before in the past, but this isn't gonna go on Spotify. It's just gonna be what it is.
All right. I'm now.
So I didn't realize
I'm now recording the screen.
Wonderful. I didn't realize we've actually done quite a few games on FireStorm already in the past few years. So this will be interesting.
Yes.
So
I'm going to try to rank them in order. We'll just start where we are here at the left.
Okay.
So I'm recording the screen now. So this is Lost Ruins, which was that random fucking indie PC game or Switch game that I picked up on a whim. And
4 episodes. Yes.
I actually liked it. I you know what? It's not amazing. Obviously, I mean, like, but for what it was, I thought it was very cute, and the gameplay wasn't half bad. It was frustrating at times, but I do think it was cute. The idea is nice. Wait, I should close this. I thought it was all right. Like, it's not gonna, like, it's just something that I just happened to pick up, and I got lucky. I'm putting it on B tier. Okay, come on.
B tier. I think that's a good set. Like, I feel like with every tier list I've ever seen, everyone always puts the first thing on B tier just to establish a base. But I also agree. I feel like for what it was, there was definitely you can do more in it. But for like everything you were given, it definitely felt like there was some decent
like puzzles. The boss fights were okay. Like I was a happy camper.
I remember liking the boss designs because they were kind of wacky.
They're goofy. I like them.
Lost Ruins,
and you could buy chainsaws. Yeah. Next is Honey Pop 2.
Oh, S tier. God.
S tier.
I don't know. S or A. I don't know. I thought.
Yeah, I would say A tier. I think.
The first game I played after you played 2 Legend of Zelda games, we were like, oh yeah, Honey Pop 2 exists, and we're like, bro, this would be fucking hilarious though. And
true.
I had a lot of fun making and editing that and like making the sensors and stuff. Like, I had a lot of fun with that personally, and I know you had good time to just like talk about whatever you wanted while I was trying to figure the puzzles out.
Yes.
But like I genuinely thought it was a fun game because like it is my jam. So yeah, I personally think A tier.
A tier. I'm good with that because I mean, even from what I saw, like it expanded on the first game's mechanics nicely, and all the new characters and even the returning characters, like they were it paid homage in a good way, and even the new characters were goofy and fun. Yeah, A tier. I agree.
Mm-hmm.
All right. Oh, Into the Inferno.
D. Fucking.
Hold on.
Wait. Oh.
I'm adding a new tier.
Okay. Yeah. I like this. What shall it be? Yeah. You go to the setting thing. Yeah. Now, edit label.
Richard.
The Richard tier. Yes. I feel like
shit is garbage. What do you fuck like this? This is motion control, motion control attacking, and it was like horrible. It made Skyward Sword look like a masterpiece.
Yeah.
Good lord.
Like,
okay, it wasn't that bad, but like still, you shouldn't have done it in the first place.
Out of all the Avatar games,
and it was short as fuck.
Oh yeah, it was. Like, out of all the Avatar games, do you think the first one was just like slightly better? Because I know the mechanics and everything.
Actually, yes, I do. I do think the first one was slightly better.
Yeah, like I know the mechanics and everything improved as like later on, and it looked slightly better. But I like the first one was just it's kind of like it set the tone definitely, and then it just got worse. Even though things technically got better, it got worse. So I feel like the first one was just kind of like,
and it was just longer. It had an original story too. Like there was at least some amount of effort put into this. Others just like follow along to whatever the fuck the show is doing.
I just can't get over Zuko falling in the water, man. That was so
That's
funny.
A legendary moment.
Like,
I want to put the burning earth up there too, and Richard tier.
Yeah, it gave us a lot to think about. Like,
it really did. That was an amazing scene.
Like different ways to kill myself.
No,
no. And then he's just fucking T-posing.
Literally.
I'll put the clip up. That was so funny.
Good lord.
Alright.
Okay. Sonic Chronicles. Alright.
I'll be You go first.
Okay. I've said this on, I think it was like a Sonic Frontiers episode. I don't think this is horrible. It's redeemable at least. I think the main reason I had so much trouble is because this was originally meant for the DS, and you were supposed to play with a fucking stylus. Meanwhile, my dumbass was playing with a mouse. So a lot of the moves had to be carried out using, like, drawing shit on the touchscreen, and I was using a mouse, which is, like, not precise at all. Well, I mean, maybe if you're playing FPS games, but, like, for to draw something, you don't use your fucking mouse. So, yeah, I think, like, the attacks weren't very creative, but they weren't bad, and, like, the story was goofy and fun, and, like, it didn't really make that much sense, but it was something. Like, it wasn't horrible. It didn't really make any sense, but it was. I'm trying to convince myself to put it at a C tier, but I don't know if I can.
No, see, you know how sometimes, like a lot of the time when we play games, like, the other person will, like, look at a different tab for a little bit and then go back to it. Like, yeah. I have never been more bored watching you play a game than when I was watching you play Dark Brotherhood. I was so criminally bored that I had to just, like, scream and make shit up to try and be funny. Like, I was just so fucking bored. I did not enjoy it.
The only reason I would convince myself to put it at a C tier is because I remember ranting about the end of Platinum End during an episode of that, which I still think is funny.
That's right.
But I remember doing that because I just remember fucking screaming about how shitty it is. Yeah. I actually, fun fact, like, after, I don't know how long it must have been quite a bit after that, after we were doing those episodes, but, like, at some point Charlie made a video about the worst endings of shows he's ever seen, and the last one he mentioned was Platinum End. And I was like, thank fucking God I'm not the only one who thinks that's dog shit. Because, like, right. It was so bad. Anyway, that's not about the game, but either way.
I remember fucking Trash Taste, actually, that had Charlie on, and he said this whole thing about, I'm trying to purposely find the worst anime in the world, and I'm, like, just watching.
Yeah, that's a Charlie thing to do, anime. For sure.
Like,
I love terrible anime.
Props on Charlie for that, like, taking that bullet for us. But yeah, no, like,
dude, terrible anime is fucking awesome. I fucking love terrible.
I was just witnessing Sonic Chronicles: The Dark Brotherhood, and I'm like, this is so fucked. Like, because me, not a big Sonic fan, witnessing something that is Sonic but is also not Sonic because they're trying something else with it, and then just, like, watching you trying to do these fights, just being bored as fuck. Like, I do like that they tried to bring in a bunch of different characters and that they all kind of had different, purposes. They were actually, like, RPG characters that served a purpose, but like, I don't know. Yeah.
Anyway, I don't know why these robot guy. I don't know why he was there. Maybe he's an alien.
The female Knuckles. Female Knuckles.
Oh, true.
Yeah, I forgot about that.
True.
Oh, yeah.
Okay.
Here we go.
This is Five Nights at Fuckboys 3.
I think C tier. Personally.
I was going to say that as well. Like, see, the problem is we didn't play the other two on this channel. I actually like the Five Nights at Fuckboys series. It's very goofy and fun, and I think the battles aren't half bad either. But it's also made an RPG maker, and, like, I mean, with what it was given, I think it did an okay job telling a story, but it's just goofy at its core, and, I just can't bring myself to put it, like, higher than C, just because, like, it was, it's an RPG maker game that's just goofy.
And it was funny, so, like, it was cool, it was funny, but, like, that humor gets a bit samey after a while. And,
it does.
Like, it didn't take us long to beat it. Like, for those who don't know, we recorded Five Nights at Fuckboys and then didn't release it immediately. Like, 3, we recorded it and we didn't release it immedely. We literally held on to it for, I want to say, like, 2 months, and then it was a long time. And then because we had
like, what are we gonna do with this video? Like, we don't know. We didn't even know when we were gonna put it up, and like,
and that was
we were just doing it amongst some other stuff.
we had a more semi-regular schedule at that time, and we were like, oh wait, we're not doing anything after Christmas and we're busy. We'll just drop it after Christmas. There you go.
Yeah.
Sweet. And like,
that's what we did.
Like, it was just there. I'm like, oh, okay, sure.
Yeah.
But I think C tier works. And
C tier.
Speaking of C tier, I think maybe that's where
another RPG Maker game.
Yeah, like I've been I wanted to play the Crooked Man for a while because I've just seen other YouTubers play it like years and years ago, and I literally bought all the others because the story is interesting, the horror is non-existent, even though it's a horror game.
Limited.
It's a horror RPG Maker game, so like not unless you're 8 will that shit actually be scary. But I did have fun with I did actually have fun playing it. I thought it was neat, but like definitely not a repeat thing. I know you can go back and get a better ending. I don't care.
Nope, we're not doing that shit.
No, I might play the others in my own time, but like because I have them because I bought it as a bundle for really cheap. But nah, I'm alright.
Yeah. Next up is Celeste. What are you thinking? This one's all you.
I think Celeste is B tier because
B-tier?
Again, it was It was challenging. It was cool, but fuck me, like the ending especially, I got frustrated because you know me, I like my brain works in a certain way that and allows me to like understand rules and concepts and things, and like me trying to figure out how to get past certain things. Like Celeste was more of a challenge than challenging games probably should be, like just for me especially. And but I'm glad I did it. It had a strong story, surprisingly. Like as much as you didn't, there was a lot less dialogue than I thought there was going to be. It did have a strong story and a strong meaning. And like as angry and rage-inducing as the last world was, completing it gave me such like the dopamine release. I was so happy that I actually got through it and beat it. It was quite interesting and quite cool. I feel like and Celeste has a good message as well, so I'm happy to beat it. Yeah,
I agree.
And also, like we mentally broke, or I mentally broke at the last episode. Like I was talking whack shit, like talking about how I lost my virginity or something, and I was just losing my fucking mind. Like it proper broke me, but I still had fun with it.
Yeah, that was a rough last episode.
It really was.
All right, this is Sonic Frontiers. I want to put it in S tier. I don't know how long it's been since I had that much fun playing a Sonic game. I really don't. Like, it's not perfect, right? Like, the world's kind of, like, a little barren quite frequently, and the story's hit or miss. It kind of fucking blue balls you at the climax because there's absolutely nothing at the climax. And I don't know if I ever talked about this, but I did message Trent afterwards. I did get the hard mode ending, what is the true ending, and it's just one fucking 15-minute game of Galaga. It's dog shit. It's garbage. So it's not even like a proper final boss. But I don't know how long it's been since I've had this much fun playing Sonic. It's like just the way Sonic plays in Frontiers is the smoothest he's ever felt, almost, especially in the last 10 years. Like, it's probably even more than that. Probably in the last 15 years. Like, he just the way he plays is so smooth. The world, the graphics are beautiful. Like, it's just, I mean, even like some of the challenges are goofy and fun, and like the way it references other Sonic lore and the way the characters have even their own character arcs, and there's like backstory to the world that we're in, and like Eggman is like even somewhat at play. I don't really get where the Titans came from, but like, of course, that brings up the soundtrack, which is a fucking incredible. Like, it just doesn't really miss. Like, there's not really any part of it that's just bad. Like, it's just a good fucking game. Like,
I still listen to Find Your Flame semi-daily.
I listen to Undefeatable pretty much daily. So it's like it's so good. It's just a great Sonic game. And actually the DLC, like the first DLC drop came out recently. I don't remember what it was, and I didn't play it, but it was something. They're adding content to the game, so like it's good. So
I feel like
I was a very happy boy after.
I thought it was really cool. Like it was even something like me not being a Sonic fan usually, like with my limited knowledge of Sonic and like the fact we already had played a few games beforehand. Like even I, the non-Sonic connoisseur, was like I understood. Oh wait, hold on. What if you try this? Will this do that? And then it did. I was like, oh, even I was able to help figure some shit out. Like I actually like got really invested as well. Like I thought the game could have some improvements here or there, but as a complete package, and for us playing it on FireStorm, I felt like it was like a near perfect Let's Play. Like I thought it was really good.
It was just great.
I'm happy for us. And
it has that legendary talk about the fucking titty drink experiment.
Oh yeah, no, we talked. I'm not even kidding. Like Frontiers was perhaps like the best Let's Play we've ever done because we were able to balance like gameplay, talking shit, like watching the story unfold, and like balance all that so well. Because we had been a while since we played. I think it was a little bit since we played a game, and I just came preloaded, ready with shit to talk about, so it didn't get boring. And I thought it slapped the whole series as a whole.
Yeah.
Fucking sex is temporary, frontiering is forever. Fuck me.
It's time to face your fears.
So good. Yeah, that was good.
Banger.
That was awesome.
Yeah. All right. A difficult one. FNAF Security Breach.
I feel like, see, the way I'm looking at this tier list is not only the game by itself, but also how it was as a FireStorm experience.
Yeah.
I feel like A tier. Personally.
Really? I was going to say B, but I mean that last like 5 hour fucking shebang that we did, that was fun. That was really fun.
I fell asleep for half an hour.
Yeah, you were gone for a while. I do remember that being very fun. We had some problems the first time we went through it. It's probably because I was on the fucking PS4 version. That was my problem. I'm still gonna be on the PS4 version when we play the DLC, but
oh god,
it doesn't matter. It doesn't matter.
Yeah, like as much as the problems as we had, like. I had fun with both sessions. Like every time we played it, like I just thought it was funny, and I loved being a part of that. And like even though I wasn't playing it, like I've actually gone and played a bit of Security Breach myself as well now. Like and this is entirely not the game. Like the game has its faults, but like everything we did, I enjoyed it a lot, and I thought your editing for the first video. Like, I loved that. Yeah. That's the type of shit I dig. Like, that was my favorite video we've ever made. And,
that was a good video.
Maybe I'm looking at it with rose-tinted glasses. It's probably deserving of a B, but I just think it was very, very cool.
Yeah.
And
I do. You know what? Even in terms of the game, I like the direction they went in Security Breach. Like, I think they had a lot of good ideas. It's just like, this is the first time they've really, I mean, I don't know how much of Scott's direction they actually had before he like retired pretty much, but like given that it was their first attempt doing FNAF on such a huge scale, I thought what they did was pretty damn impressive. Like genuinely. I really do think that. Like it was a fun experience. Like you just get to wander this huge place. There's plenty of lore secrets to find. Like fucking many hours worth of lore secrets that you can find throughout this giant fucking pizzaplex. Even in terms of the game, I think it was solid, a solid addition, and I feel like people have just, I feel like the internet as a whole has just come to accept FNAF as just a regular part of our lives at this point. But like, just how readily Security Breach was accepted into like the FNAF canon. I do really like. I think people overall like it, and for good reason. Like, it's just a nice game. It was broken. It still may be a little broken, but
that's part of the charm nowadays.
It really is. Charm. Yeah,
I'm happy with that.
Yeah.
River City Girls.
River City Girls. I'm going to just go ahead and put this on a B. I thought it was a good game. A little short, but I did think it was a good game. It's just kind of like, I do think it was better than Lost Ruins, but it's kind of like the same thing for me. Obviously there were a lot of big YouTubers involved with River City Girls, which kind of made it cool, but in my eyes, that doesn't really like improve. Just like, it was a good game. Like, it was very well made, and the attacks were fun, and the enemies were goofy, and there's some boss fights that were kind of but like, it was fun, and it was goofy, but it was just like, kind of, it wasn't like a fun, like, I didn't get invested in it. You know what I mean? Like, I didn't really care about what the characters were doing, and then especially when it was revealed at the end that the chicks' boyfriends weren't even their boyfriends, they were just some random dudes. It was like, oh, so I shouldn't have even cared at all.
Yeah, like, the gameplay was alright. Like, the entire time, I was literally just like, what is happening? Like, I remember it being cool, which is why I want to play River City Girls 2, but I don't remember anything that actually happened. Like, it just
I'm kind of in the same boat. I just remember it being fun. I remember enjoying myself, but like, not anythanything really beyond that.
Like, I remember you beating up people in this school, and I thought that was funny, and that was it. Like,
but again, like, the art style, animations, I just think it was a very well put together game.
The redhead dabbed. That was
a lot. I forgot about that. But yeah, she that was it's fun, and I like that there's like you unlock those two random guys at the very end. Like, there's stuff you can do even after you beat the game. So it's like, it's a good, complete experience. So I appreciate that about it. Okay, Demon Slayer, the Hinokami Chronicles.
Good, but great. I don't know. It was.
Yeah, I want to say low A or high B. I maybe B. I don't know. Because, like, I was impressed. You know, I'm going to say A for now, but I was impressed. I've played a handful of games that are, like, based on anime. I haven't touched it yet, but I bought One Piece Odyssey for the PS4, which I want to touch at some point. And I heard it was alright. But, like, I've played a few games. I even have a Fairy Tail game for the PS4, which I've only played, like, once. But, like, I've played games that are based on anime and follow the story of an anime. A lot of times they're hit or miss, it's not just like a hit or miss game. I'm talking about, like, even parts of the game itself are very hit or miss. Like, they sometimes don't get everything right, or like the battle system is rough, and it kind of takes away from how awesome a lot of the fights were in the actual anime. It's tricky to get right. It's like the same thing as doing an anime based off of a gacha game. Very hit or miss. Like, you gotta do it right, and you gotta pick the right things to do it about, otherwise it's gonna be shit. I think Demon Slayer did it right. Hinokami Chronicles, the way, like, the battling was very smooth. You even got to, like, it even dove a little deeper into some of the random parts of the story. Like, you got to explore that one town, which I don't remember what happened there, but something happened there.
That's right.
But you got to go explore and talk to people.
Yeah, you were following the scent around.
Yeah, so it added stuff to, like, what was already there in ways that didn't take away from the actual story. Like, the gameplay was smooth. There's a bunch of different characters you can play, and the fighting was really nice. Like, even though it was very much the same thing over and over again, I never got tired of it because it was short enough to make sure it never got stale, and it was the battling was dynamic enough to keep me interested for that long. So if you got into that, then, like, you could take turns playing with all of the, like, fucking 20 different characters that you can play. But yeah, for what it was, I thought it was pretty solid, for sure.
as weird as it sounds, I kind of wanted something a little bit different because it did really feel like a one-for-one retelling of what we knew from the anime, of like what we saw. And like, as cool as that is, and as much as I appreciate that at times, I also kind of wanted more, and I felt like I didn't get more. But what they did give us is very, very, very good. So I think A works, definitely.
Yeah. All right, this one's you. Final Fantasy X.
Now here's the thing. I'm going to need your opinion on this. Okay. I'm looking at both Final Fantasy X and Ratchet and Clank. Both probably two of my longer Let's Plays, I want to say. And I am conflicted because both have their faults and their positives. Because the faults are mostly my fault because like, I'm kind of shit at gaming. Like I have never had to say, oh, by the way, I'm going to do a bunch of grinding off screen, and I had to do that for Final Fantasy X because I fucked up. And as much as we gave like the story and whatnot shit, because like there's a big difference. Like one thing I've noticed, there's a big difference between like us getting invested and being interested in a story like a Legend of Zelda game, and then us trying to do the same thing for something like Final Fantasy or Yakuza. It was a bit harder to get into it, but we still felt it. With Final Fantasy X, I think there were definitely like parts in the middle where we were like, who cares? But we still got into it, at least from my perspective.
Yes. Yeah. No, there's definitely a lot of moments, like even having not actually played the game, there's actually quite a bit, more than I would have expected, of moments from Final Fantasy X that I remember pretty vividly. And like, I think fucking, I only know him as Tiny Man anymore, goddammit. Fucking Tiny Man, goddammit, I don't think he's the best protagonist. He definitely kind of infuriated me, frequently. But I do think the supporting cast was all right. And like the whole cast as a whole wasn't bad, and just like I feel like there are probably, I mean, even just, I've played the Final Fantasy VII remake, which I thought was fucking incredible. But like, it shows me that having played that before Final Fantasy X, before we did that on the show, like, I feel like having known what a Final Fantasy game could be, it kind of took it away from 10, even though, like, obviously the 7 remake is like a fucking refined experience. Like, they've worked for years and years on that. And even basing it on the original Final Fantasy VII, which was probably just as erratic and disorganized feeling as, if not more so than, because I actually have played a little bit of the original Final Fantasy VII. I never got very far, but it was, I mean, I was probably playing for like 5 hours before I think 5 hours total, and I got through everything they covered in the first part of the Final Fantasy VII remake. So, like, it was not very long. They just dragged that shit out. So they refined it to a T in the remake. And the original was super fucking all over the place.
Yeah.
So...
See, in my head, I'm also like... I wish it was one of the, for me, better Let's Plays. Because I definitely feel like more of your Let's Plays have definitely excelled. Because, like, you're a lot better at being able to talk while playing the game. Meanwhile, I'm just, like, I'm trying to figure out what the fuck's going on in the game, so I don't talk as much. So, but for Final Fantasy X, I just felt like we had, like, I wish it got more views, because there were some good fucking clips in there. Like, Komari drive off a cliff and die. Just, and then, like, Waka fucking die. That. Just so many dumb moments, which I felt like... All
right. We'll put it... That's an S tier. Let's put it S tier. Come on. Come on. S tier. Come on.
If not S, then 8. I'm happy. I'll be happy with that.
We'll put it right below Frontiers. That's
okay.
Good.
I'm happy with that. Well, okay. If we're saying that, then Ratchet and Clank I definitely it was nostalgic for me. It was good to get back into it. But
I actually thought it was not bad. Like I thought it was a cute little game.
Yeah, so. I thought it was fun. Like there were moments where I did get bored, but I did have fun doing it. And like this was the old one, by the way, like the 2002 one.
Yeah, I just picked whatever.
I think B. I think like
I would put a low A. I would think
low A, like
maybe either up here on B or like down here on A.
Oh well, I tell you what though, it was less painful playing Ratchet and Clank compared to Celeste, so I'm definitely happy to put it above Celeste.
Let's put it there.
Well, yeah,
you know what? I thought because I've never played any, or no, I did play Jak and Daxter at one point in my life, but I don't remember it very well. But like the PlayStation, a lot of the PlayStation classics, I never really got around to, and Ratchet and Clank, because I played Sly Cooper. I've never played Spyro, but I played Sly Cooper and I played Jak and Daxter, and Ratchet and Clank was one of those main three, was the only one I hadn't touched before. So I thought it was, and it very much had that classic PS2 vibe about it, and which I really love. I'm a sucker for that shit. And I really enjoyed it. Like, even though I wasn't playing it, I thought a lot of the environments were very cool, and like the way you were pacing around the world and doing missions and stuff. It was cute, and it was I thought it was fun. So I would put I like A.
Yeah. Another way I'm approaching this is that, like, how many moments did we get out of these series? And I'm just trying to think, like, Sonic Frontiers, we had a lot of funny moments. We had a lot of funny stories. And then just thinking back now for Final Fantasy X, like, Tiny Man solves racism. And just, like, all this fucking dumb shit with Tiny Man. And I'm just like, you know what? Yes, you know what? I'm happy
Tiny
with this.
Man gets laid.
Like, and then, like, all the edits with Honey Pop 2 and Security Breach and, like, the fun story of Hinokami Chronicles. Like, and Ratchet and Clank did have its moments, but, like, none as shining out as any of those. So I feel like low A, high B definitely works for Ratchet and Clank. But, like, I keep thinking to all the dumb shit that happened in X, and I'm just like, you know what, Final Fantasy X, get it up there. Boys.
Yeah. Get up there. Come on.
Tiny Man solves racism. I can't believe I did that. I just put the little smiley face.
Tiny Man ends racism.
I love that so much.
That's like, that might be the best episode title we've ever had.
Please go watch the Final Fantasy Let's Play. I wish that shit had more views. And then, like, my complete misunderstanding in the first episode of, like, out of the frying pan and into the freezer, and I didn't realize what it was, and you're like, Trent, you're a fucking moron.
Did you not understand? What did you not get?
Yeah.
All right.
Oh, that was funny. All right.
Here we go. Sky Twilight.
I'll let you take care of this, because I'll be honest, I don't remember much. I remember Noivern, obviously. D. Yeah, fair.
I just remember it being shit. Like, there weren't even full sentences, and, like, the game was short as hell, and, like, even the gym leaders were all fucking forgettable. Like, I don't even remember what Noivern was even doing.
Put Flora Sky in the same boat, then, because...
Yeah, I think Flora Sky was a little better, but not by much.
No, it was a little better, but the thing that ruined it for me is that I literally had to cheat to make it to the ending. Like, we couldn't
You did, I remember that.
The last cave was just blocked, and we had to cheat to get through it, because it was bugged so badly. And then I was like, you know what, fuck fighting the Elite Four, I'm just gonna go right to the final boss. I literally skipped him. Yeah, like...
Man.
I love ROM hacks. Like, I think it's such a cool idea, and, like...
It really is.
Like, we tried playing Light Platinum, and then, like, there's another one I want to play... soon. I think it's GS Chronicles because it looks really cool. Like,
yeah, I might try to pull up Light Platinum again. I think there's a DS version, so
I think we should. There's so much potential with the ROM hacks, but we've just only played like the ones which were obviously translated by an Indian or something. Like, have very poor translation and just some bugs. Like, we've just accidentally...
Flora Sky was very forgettable. Like, I don't even... Like, I only remember Shaman and, like, we got teleported to, like, the Garden of Eden or whatever the fuck, and, like, Shaman was there, and, like... I don't even remember. I think Cynthia was at the end. I do remember Tim Jam. Okay, Tim Jam was kind of funny.
Tim Jam was funny. I
kind of want to put it at C for Tim Jam.
Okay. Yeah, that's right, Tim Jam. I forgot about Tim Jam.
Yeah, Tim Jam the Infernape. That man was a menace.
Fucking hell. Wait, which one was the one you played? I forgot.
Sky. I played Flora Sky.
That's right. No, Sky Twilight was the one that I played and had to cheat at the end, right? Yeah,
yes,
that's right. Yeah, no.
That was Tyrese. That was the one where you tried to name a Trico Tyrese and then couldn't do it until like the end.
That's right! Okay, that was the only part I loved because it's just like right at the ending. Finally, Tyrese! That's right. I remember that. Yeah. Okay, yeah. I'm happy with this. Yeah, Flora Sky is C because there was a bit more involved and D for Sky Twilight. That makes sense.
All right. I'm executive decision. Legends Arceus is an S tier.
I agree. Put it under Frontiers. I still think Frontiers was better.
Frontiers was probably a better playthrough. I think Legends Arceus is just as far as the game goes, I think it's probably a little better than Frontiers. But holy shit! Like, what a fun game!
It was a fun game.
What a fun game! Like, I really, really hope we get another Legends game very soon because I did play. It was last month. I actually beat Violet. I beat Pokemon Violet, and I thought it was like a glitchy ass game, but it was fun, and it showed me like more of the potential of open world Pokemon, and especially because one thing I think Violet did better than Arceus was its characters. Scarlet and Violet have fucking characters that are so much fun, and I hope the next Legends game is a little more character driven because I feel like the story of Legends Arceus was just kind of a bit idling, I guess. Like you were just kind of going to explore new areas or complete the Pokedex or whatever. So it wasn't much of a story really. You just kind of had Volo, that fucking swine Volo, following you around sometimes.
That ending clip. Oh my god. Like,
oh my god.
I just want to really quickly say, like, when we started doing Let's Plays and all that, and like when we were putting a lot more into doing weekly FireStorm content, I tried making clips from, like, 1 or 2 clips from everything we did, and then eventually gave up because I couldn't be fucked. But when that thing with Volo and Giratina happened, I was like, I'm clipping this. Like, I need to post this on Twitter. Like, this was so funny. Just Giratina, second form. I'm not finished with you. And then you get fucking destroyed. Like, oh, so funny.
Yeah.
Loved it.
Yeah, I got obliterated. I really did. But yeah, no, it was such a fun game. Like, the areas were gorgeous. Like, just wandering around, catching motherfuckers. It was so fun. And I really hope we get another Legends game soon. I hope we get Legends Johto, and we can get, like, Celebi involved and all that nonsense. Imagine... Right? You played Heart Gold and Soul Silver, right?
Yeah. Loved it.
Imagine those scenes of Ho-Oh and Lugia emerging from, like, the waterfall or from the sky, but in fucking 3D like that.
Oh. Man, I
need that so bad.
I hope they're just, like, as long as they take their time and it's animated really well, and it's not just a fucking 3D model flying on screen, and like they actually put a bit more into it. Like, I could see it being awesome.
Yeah, I need that. Anyway, Legends Arceus was super fun, very fun game for sure.
Very fun. I like as a complete package. Again, I still think Frontiers was a better Let's Play as a complete package.
Yes,
but Arceus was definitely like a funner game because like I also had a bit more knowledge of what the fuck was happening. So yeah, I like that.
Yep. For Mystery Dungeon, I think Dunks and Jerry, I think they should get an A tier. I think Dunks and Jerry should get an A tier.
I'm still confused about the fact that, like, yeah, we finished the main game, and then we started doing post-game stuff and never completed it. Like, because
that shit's impossible.
we had it on our document. Oh yeah, we'll do post-game Legends Arceus stuff and post-game Mystery Dungeon stuff. And then
the thing is, the post game of DX is the level curve is ridiculous. I never had that problem I played all the way through the post game of Explorers and never once had that problem. the level curve is just ridiculous in the post game of DX, and we never really had much. Like, for some reason, that one throwaway dungeon gave me a lot of trouble. But like in the main game of DX, we never really had that problem. Honestly, I would almost consider giving the game itself an S tier, but I don't like the way they changed the mechanics from the original. A lot of the changes they made that kind of screwed me over at a lot of points that I don't think I should have died on. Like a lot of bosses gave me a ton of shit when I really don't think I should have had as much trouble as I did. But I do like Dukes and Jerry. I think that was a fun little bit.
Yeah,
and
I thought that was fun.
Yeah, and I thought like even the graphics I think were really, really nice looking, and the story's not bad at all, and it's a fun game, so I can't really complain too much.
Also, before we move on, as much as I loved Final Fantasy X. We tried playing X2 when I was just in a bad state, and I've left episode 1 because I did a lot of meme edits for it. I've left it unlisted. I'll chuck it in the description of this if you do want to watch that. It's just a meme episode of fun. But I don't think I'm going to go back and play it on the show. I feel like I want to try other things, and I don't know. I did love Final Fantasy X, but I think I need to do some other stuff on the channel other than that. So that's why we're not going to play X2. But yeah, my next Let's Play, Yakuza 0. I'm very...
What do you think?
I'm hit or miss with this one because it was really cool, but it was also very repetitive. The cutscenes, and like going around and doing shit, and like even playing the mini games, very cool. I didn't know you were that good at A-Ball. I thought that was funny as.
Dude, I'm a genius. What can I say?
But I tell you what, like, whereas like some of our Let's Plays, like it gets a little bit middling in the middle, like they're like a little bit boring. You could easily miss half of Yakuza 0 and not be out, of our Let's Play. You could easily miss half of it and not feel out of the loop, which is kind of sad. I feel like there could have been a lot more to do in Yakuza 0 that I could have taken advantage of, but it was a mixture of me not understanding what was happening. And
like here, maybe, I'm thinking.
Yeah, I feel like it's better than Crooked Man. I feel like I definitely got more enjoyment out of it.
It was a lot. I enjoyed watching it a whole lot more. Like, I think I remember just enjoying watching you beat the shit out of people. Like, especially those last few episodes where the story really got going. Like, those were fun. For sure.
Yes, definitely. Like, Celeste was euphoric with me being able to finally overcome the massive hurdle, but I fucking lost my mind. Yakuza 0 was a lot of fun, but there was a whole heap which I feel like I should have just cut out, and I didn't.
Yeah.
And also, I made them shorter episodes as well. Like, it kind of dragged on a little bit, but I feel like if I, like, tried a different Yakuza game first, and then went to 0, I would have had a much better understanding of how to do things. Mm-hmm. But this was my first time playing Yakuza, so it was a new experience for everyone, and I just kind of let it drag a bit. But I feel like B works, because it definitely had its moments. It had a lot of fun. Like, I still remember that moment where the girl was crying over her brother dying, and it actually hit us both in the feels. Like, we were actually like, oh my god. This is the first time I'm feeling like a very visceral reaction to something that's happening in this game. Like, it's actually upsetting. Like, moments like that do stick. And like, and Yakuza as a whole is quirky as fuck. Like, I want to play the Yakuza games in my own time. Maybe on the channel now that I know what the fuck I'm doing and I can cut out boring middling parts. Like, I do want to actually play more Yakuza games because of it. So, we'll see how that goes. But yeah, it definitely could have been better. But I like B. That works.
Yeah. Sonic Colors. I think Sonic Colors Ultimate was a very fun game. And since it's just kind of like a one-off episode, I mean, I remember forgetting the audio, but whatever.
That annoyed me so much, forgetting the audio.
But I do think the overall as a game, I think it's definitely too short. Sonic Colors as a whole is just too short, but Sonic Colors is a very good game, and I even just revisiting it, I had a lot of fun. So, and I didn't think the episode was half bad, just as like a little special, fun little one-off. And I think as a remaster, it's just fun. Not too many complaints here. It's just kind of whatever. I just think it was a really solid, like, Sonic Colors is absolutely, especially over the last 15 years, one of the better Sonic games. So seeing it remastered on new consoles, since it was only for the fucking Wii, is a delight. It really was. Like, it's a very fun game. So not as fun as Frontiers. Not nearly as fun as Frontiers, I don't think. But it was still a fun game. So I'm
happy with that.
Yeah.
I thought it was cool. I thought the whole thing was cool. I just was so annoyed when you told me you lost the audio. I was just like, God fucking damn it. Like, I had fun making the thumbnail. Like, I had fun, like, actually being a part of it and, like, watching it. Like, I definitely remember more of Frontiers. Like, I can't really remember any standout moments from Colors Ultimate. But
yeah,
I just remember it being cool. And I like Reach for the Stars. So, yeah. I'm happy with that.
Okay, Link's Awakening for the Switch. Again, I don't think there are too many standout moments, but I didn't really have much of experience with 2D Zelda before this one, and I enjoyed myself. I really did. I thought it was a fun game, especially since there was always plenty to just wander around and do, and the world was never felt like too big. I'm inclined to go here, not there, because I really I do think it was a fun game, and the graphics were delightful, and I just remember just thoroughly enjoying myself playing this game. 100%, I think it was a very fun, delightful little game, and the dungeons were creative and fun, and, well, except for the Sky one. I hate that one. I remember the orange-haired girl was cute and funny. There was some bits there. I remember talking about pelicans and seagulls during this playthrough because I hate them with a passion. It's just a fun game. I think just because it being Zelda and there are puzzle solving for me to do constantly and all that nonsense, I just feel like as a game it stands above, especially Demon Slayer. It would be around in this area, just somewhere around here. But just as a game, I just felt it was just a joy. It was just so much fun. Mm-hmm. And yeah, it wasn't a particularly special playthrough on the channel. I just remember just enjoying myself a lot.
I remember Link's Awakening being, I think it was the first time I left everything up to you, including the thumbnails. And I remember, I think I was in a little bit of a bad patch because I remember zoning out a lot during Link's Awakening. And that was all me. I was just, I was doing it rough at that time. So I zoned out a lot. So I'm happy to put it wherever you feel is right. Because it did look like a fun, cute game. And I remember the ending being so ambiguous. Wait, was it a
It was dumb.
dream? It was a dream?
Yeah,
what the
it was
fuck?
dumb.
It
was dumb.
Everyone losing their mind over the egg or something. I remember bits and pieces, but yeah, it was definitely a cute, fun game, and a definite change from the Zeldas we knew up until that point. And I was like, yeah, that's kind of cool. So yeah, I think that works. A tier.
Yep. Skyward Sword.
C tier.
Yet here's the thing. That game, it's good. And the playthrough, I think, is fun. I think the Let's Play we did, especially since we had Ion on for a while, it was fun.
I
was
agree.
Fun. It was a fun playthrough. And I think, here's the thing. Ion, it's Ion's favorite Zelda game. I think the story is very solid. It's up there. It doesn't beat. I don't think it's necessarily better, but it's up there with with other Zelda games. At least stands on a nearby platform. Like, it's somewhere up there, maybe a little bit lower with the other Zelda game stories, like plot-wise and design-wise, like, in terms of, like, the visuals and the area design and the graphics and all that nonsense. I think it's up there. It's just the motion controls are beyond infuriating. It's just, those cannot be redeemed, and thank fucking God they took them away in the remake, because that shit is terrible.
I remember, we were literally in the middle of playing it when they announced the remake, and I was like, "Are you fucking kidding me? Are you kidding me?" God damn it!
It was dumb, but either way, like I feel like in retrospect that was a necessary experience for me, because it was one of the only, I think it was at the time the only 3D Zelda that I had not played, because we had already played Twilight Princess. I beat Ocarina of Time, Majora's Mask a long time ago. I'd played Wind Waker a while back, and I had beaten Breath of the Wild, obviously. So that was the only 3D Zelda that I hadn't played, and I wanted to experience it in its full glory, and god damn it, I sure fucking did. I got to experience every little but tiny frustration in dealing with that fucking game. So it was a necessary experience, and I do think as a game, it's not bad at all. Like, it's just the controls that suck. But as a game, I don't think it's that bad, and I like how it tells the origin story of the Zelda universe. So yeah, it's cool. I like it. It's a good game, but just and I think our playthrough is fucking is fun. I think it turned out really nicely. A lot of the moments of me raging are fucking hilarious.
Exactly. I thought it was a lot of fun, and the inclusion of Ion was amazing. He definitely added another great element of someone that knew what we were getting into and was a big fan of it. He definitely added a lot to it. I think I agree on most of the perspectives. Like, just being someone completely new to Zelda and jumping from Twilight Princess to Skyward Sword, like, I felt a lot less attachment to Skyward Sword, and I was kind of like, I understand why people are getting upset about this. And I remember we tried doing, because we started off Twilight Princess by, doing the voices, taking our time and everything, and then we started getting a little bit impatient, and then especially for Skyward Sword, I remember doing, Girahim's voice, and then I remember, by the end, we were just kind of no, fuck whatever he's saying. Let's just get this done. Let's just do this. And I'm like, I was going to do the voice. He's like, no, fuck that.
I almost want to put Skyward Sword in A just because of the whale episode.
I don't agree. I think B fits very well, but I will be honest, whale kind of just because I literally, without the whale episode and without Ion, I'd probably put it in C. But with those things included, I think B works very well. I do. Yeah. The whale episode was one of the best things we've ever done. It was just so fucking stupid.
It really was.
But
it was perfect stupidity. Anyway, this is trash.
S tier, boy. What are you talking about?
This is the worst.
This is the one with Richard Anderson in the credits!
No, this is terrible. This shit is absolutely irredeemable dog shit garbage.
At least put it at the top.
These other three were kind of fun. These other three were kind of fun. This one was horrible. I couldn't find anything fun about it. The only joy I felt in the 5 hours we spent on this game was seeing Richard's name in the credits.
Can you do me a favor? Can you make another tier called Anderson and then just put it in there so it's in another tier below Richard? Because it had Richard Anderson in the credits. This was the one game that actually had Richard Anderson in the credits. The meme we made up and are still running with to this day. But it was fucking atrocious.
It was this is far and away. These three look like masterpieces compared to this thing. This thing is fucking dog shit. It's actual fucking garbage. It's amazing how bad this game is. There's nothing good about it. Even the gameplay was frustrating. The fighting was fucking repetitive. This game was 5 hours long. Not even. I was bored with the combat by hour 2. Like, it's...
And didn't we have issues at the start as well? Like, its parts wouldn't render.
It, like, glitched out or something like that. I can't remember. Like, some door wouldn't open or some shit like that. Like, this game is so bad. There's nothing good about it. Like, the only... Like, I would say maybe the only thing good about it is the level design. Like, I didn't think it was that bad. Like, there were some interesting areas. I remember, like, the air temple or whatever the fuck. I thought that was okay. But, like, it's not like it was good. Like, it was just, like, acceptable. And I just remember being like, oh, this is, like, alright, this is a kind of cool area. But they looked like shit. It played like shit. And the enemies and the fucking plot that, like... I don't even remember what the last thing in this game was. Like, it was probably fighting the guy in the North Pole or whatever. Some like, Commander Joe or whatever the fuck. Like, it was just bad. It was just not a good game. It's just like these three, like, they were kind of fun sometimes, but this one was dog shit. Terrible.
Yeah. Like, I remember actively hating, like, the entire thing. Like, we were just talking shit the entire time. I think I walked away to spend time with my family for a bit. Came back, it was still going on. And I'm like, and then, like, the ending was so anticlimactic as well, because, like, every fight ended with Aang doing this very slow...
You mean Aang?
Sorry, wait, Aang, of course, Aang. Doing this dramatic, slow button mash thing where you had to press a few buttons just so we could do a final move, and then it just fucking ends. And it's like, okay, where's Richard? And then it was Anderson instead of Anderson. And we had wait a minute.
Spelling.
So even the reveal was kind of spoiled a bit because we were like, wait, is that it? Is that him? Like, because we got the name wrong. Like, we were just, I don't know. Like, the whole thing was fucking atrocious, and it is like I often go back and like watch through the Let's Plays, like the Let's Plays we've done. Like, especially just after they air. And, like, this one I didn't. I didn't want to sit through it again.
Leave it alone.
I didn't want to experience all of that again. Like, I want to interview Richard Anderson. I don't want to play that game anymore. Like, That's it. Fuck that. Fuck him.
Yeah. Alright, the one that started it all. Legend of Zelda, Twilight Princess.
I think
I'm going S tier.
Yes, I agree.
Going S tier.
You know, I agree. You before I'll let you do your thing, but I just want to say, I was a Legend of Zelda virgin, and you broke that virginity with one of the more darker Twilight Princess games, and you know me, I like darker sort of shit. So this was the perfect Zelda game for me to experience for the first time, even though I didn't play it, because this is the only game that, like, you've played on the series that I've gone back and played to completion by myself, because I thought Twilight Princess was awesome. It was a lot of fun. It, like, had the perfect balance of everything you would expect from a Zelda game, and, like, for its time, especially, like, it was a mixture of Ocarina time, and it was had a story that was very, very intriguing and interesting, and I loved it. And the Let's Play as well, for our first Let's Play, as much as I think that was one episode was glitchy as fuck. That pissed me off. That was because of my audio. There was one episode where I am very delayed with everything that's happening, and trying to voice Minda, who's dying when Minda and Linda Laments plays. Like, that episode annoyed me because my audio was fucked, and it was the really sad, dramatic episode where Minda was meant to be near dying. So, that was the only downside, was that one episode my audio fucked up. So, that sucked a little bit. But the whole series, and, like, the start and the end, and everything in between, I loved wholeheartedly, and I'll let you get onto it now because you're the one that actually played it.
Yeah, so, again, I brought this up because I had always wanted to do, like, and you mentioned that I'm a little better at working with a game, like playing a game and talking at the same time. I've been doing that since, like, 2012. Like, I made gaming videos back in the Minecraft days, back in the peak Minecraft days. I was making, like, mod showcases and shit. I've been doing that for over a decade at this point. So I always wanted to do, but all of the Let's Play stuff that I used to do, was fucking boring. So originally, I wanted, like, when we had FireStorm, I saw that as a perfect opportunity to do like a Game Drum style show where we do long ass episodes of games that I've always wanted to try. And the Wii Zelda games were the only 2 3D Zelda games that I had not played at that point. So I saw that as a perfect golden opportunity to not only play Twilight Princess, but also get more content out of this project. So I brought that up, and like, I think this was so much fun. Like, it was, not only was it a great game, it's one of my, again, like you said, one of my favorite Zelda games too. It's such a fun game, well balanced Zelda game. Like, it's got everything you could want. One of the darker stories, I think probably the darkest Zelda story of any game up to this point.
I've heard people like comparing it to Majora's Mask, and like some people.
Yeah, Majora's Mask is up there too. But yeah, like, this one had the right amount of edge. Like, Majora's Mask was more like emotionally dark, whereas I think this one had just the right amount of edge to it. Like, there is, you know, people may say there's no such thing as too much edge. This is the right amount of edge. I like 100%. This is the right amount of edge. The wolf transformation and all that. It works to this game's benefit, and like, it uses all of its assets creatively to make good puzzles and stuff. It was such a fun game. Like, one of the better Zelda games I played. And especially part of that is, it's so smooth. Like, it like, especially because I played Ocarina of Majora. They're very clunky games. And Ocarina of Time is one of my favorite games of all time. Like, it's up there. But it's so clunky, and Twilight Princess is so smooth. It feels like butter. It's so nice to play, and
butter.
It's the combat is super smooth. You can do so much with the combat. It's so nice. It's everything you could want from a Zelda game, for sure. The dungeons are creative and in depth. The water temple sucks, but whatever.
We got some fucking clips though. We got some fucking funny clips though.
I still remember that one where I was like, I'm gonna trust my instincts, and then fell off a cliff.
Yeah,
I still remember that.
Cliff. And then like the second or third episode when you didn't know how to use that like multi attack, and you're just losing your fucking mind. Fuck. Yeah. And then like, so many good fucking parts from this. And then like, I don't know why. One of the few things that keeps coming back to me is that one time when we were like Wolf Link carrying Midna in the town, and then for some reason, like, it shows like some of the people running around, and this one motherfucker just runs through the waterfall, like glitches through the waterfall and runs through. And I'm just watching it like, did that guy just run through the waterfall? And I think I zoomed in on it in the clip. Just random shit like that.
Where'd he go?
These are the experiences I take from these games. It's just like the moments that stand out, like, and click with me. And Twilight Princess have a lot. And not even just for like us, but also the story itself. Like, I still vividly remember, also because I played it myself, but I still vividly remember like Ganondorf just sitting in that throne at the end, looking like a fucking boss. Just like, finally, you've made it to my temple. Like, oh fuck, man. So
that's another thing about Twilight Princess, is it has such a good variety of areas. Like, it's got the water, fire, and forest temples, but it's also got like a snow temple. It's got the desert temple. It's got so much good areas. Like, it's got such a dynamic world, and even at the center of it all, there's plenty of like side quests you can do with, and even just so much stuff in like Hyrule, like the town. Like, there's so much stuff you can do all the time. It's got all the stuff you could want from a Zelda game, including all the side quests and the story, and it's just such a well-rounded experience as a game. And plus, with it being our first, we just kind of went in, like, fucking slamming our dicks on the table. Like, here we are, being morons for, like, an hour and a half at a time. You're welcome.
Yeah, I loved it. So,
So
it was a new
fun.
thing for us to do at the time, but like, and I was kind of like preemptive as well, should we do this for an hour and a half? Like, but then like I got into it, and I was like, fuck yeah, this is fun, this is awesome.
Yeah, it was it's a great game. It really is.
Like, as the game as a whole, the only criticism I would have of the game as a whole is just like, it's called The Legend of Zelda. I expected a little bit more Zelda. Like, she appeared once at the start, once when Midna died, she sacrificed herself, and then at the end. Like, I kind of wanted a little bit more Zelda, but, whatever.
Yeah, it's a very Zelda version thing to say.
Yeah.
Remember how Zelda wasn't even in Link's Awakening?
Yeah, true. That's
you get used to it.
Yeah, no, but also I will say Zelda and Skyward Sword peak, very adorable.
True,
very adorable.
Peak Zelda and Skyward Sword.
But like
Zelda's not even in Majora's Mask. She's not in that either.
That fucking sucks. But yeah,
she's in a flashback, and that's it.
You fucking brought me in, because you know me. I love my edge.
Yes.
You know me. My story, the music I like the book I'm writing, all that is tinged with edge. And you brought me in with the first Zelda game, with the one that had the perfect amount of edge, bro. I have all the manga for it. I have the fucking CD. I got all that shit. I genuinely.
Well, I don't have the CD, but I have the manga.
A genuine I have everything that came with the Wii U version now, because I found the part of that Wii U figure in Japan and it was hella cheap, and I'm like, I want it. Fuck it, I'll have a little wolf and Midna in the background. Sure.
Yeah.
So you got me on to the right one.
Yeah. And, that was just a lucky break.
Yeah, true. If we started off with
I was afraid of Skyward Sword.
Yeah, no, if we started with Skyward Sword, I'd probably have a way different opinion about Legend of Zelda as a whole.
Yep.
Just be like, damn, that shit was kind of cringe, but
man, this shit sucks ass.
But fuck that. Fuck the Wii controller, bro. God damn.
Yep. Alright. This is our complete tier list of games we've played so far on the channel.
Yes.
So, whether or not we do another one of these depends on how many more games we play.
Yeah, it might be a little bit. We do have a list of games that we do want to play. It just kind of depends when we get the time to record. Yeah, really,
exactly. So my big thing. So recently is I just finished up. So it's done. The Pokemon album is all done. So I've been doing that recently. And so that's 9 songs plus 2 acoustic versions. They're all done now. I'm just waiting on the art. But coming up, I've got a new season of anime starts very soon. Demon Slayer, Eden Zero, got some new openings to cover, plus some other stuff that I still need to work on. So I'm going to be busy for a little while longer yet, but we're still going to try, especially once your daylight savings times is soon, right?
Next weekend, I think.
Yeah, especially once that happens, and there's it'll be a little easier for us to do stuff during the week.
Yes. Yeah, definitely.
So we're gonna try to keep putting up stuff every week, some gaming stuff, and we do have some podcast stuff planned. Like we said, there's some tons of albums coming out around this year that we're gonna review. So we've got stuff cooking for you. It's just we need to. I'm gonna be a little more free now. Thankfully, a good chunk of my job for the upcoming month is a little easier because some hero leaked the Eden Zero opening, so I started working on it.
Nice.
So some hero leaked the Eden Zero opening, so I have it early. So I'll be able to do that before it actually drops and not mixed in with all the other openings that I want to do.
Yeah.
So yeah.
For me, I'm just in a little bit of an odd spot because I'm still, poor after Japan. So I don't have the money to buy new games yet. When I get the chance to buy River City Girls 2, I will. But I still kind of want to play The Last of Us remaster when it comes to PC, but it's full price, so I gotta wait a little bit so I can actually afford it.
Yeah.
And also, I'm so close to finishing this traineeship for work. That's kind of where I need to put my time just so I can get that done, so I can have no studying at all to worry about, unless I do something else. But yeah, I just kind of want to get that done, and then I'll definitely be as free as a bird and I can do whatever I want. But yeah. So when daylight savings just like clicks over, especially, and I start having a bit more money, and not having to worry about that sort of shit. Yeah, it will be a lot easier to get back into the routine.
Yeah, there is some stuff. I think we're gonna do Mario 64. We did try it once, but I played with Joy-Cons and that was a huge mistake. So I have a Pro controller now. So we're gonna take on that again. Probably that shouldn't take too long.
We'll probably do the ROM hacks, GS Chronicles, and Light Platinum as we were talking about before.
Yup. Here, I'm still recording my screen, so here I'll show you guys the document.
Oh yeah, go on. This is the document. I try to make it look nice.
Yeah, so Trent organizes it. I just put stuff on it.
Yeah, no, it's just.
Come on, hurry up! My computer's being slow.
I'll block whatever you don't want to be seen.
No, it doesn't matter. It doesn't matter. It's not like my passwords are on there. My email is public.
Do you guys like the fact we have a folder just called Richard Anderson?
Yeah,
it's got nothing. It's got nothing but
Richard
the song
Anderson.
in there. It's got nothing but the song in there. So
Richard1.mp4, Richard1.wave, and Richard's profile picture.
Yeah, no, that's literally it.
There we go. It's perfect. That's all we ever need, really. So next episode is episode 69. You're gonna have to wait and see what that means.
You'll see.
Yeah, you'll see. So we're gonna. Here's the stuff we mentioned earlier. Obviously, FNAF Security Breach DLC.
I heard there was an announcement maybe coming April 6th about what's happening with that, so that's why I put that there. Yeah.
Hopefully happening soon. We are gonna do Tears of the Kingdom when that comes out. That should be fun. This hasn't happened yet. I thought it was gonna get announced on Pokemon Day, and it didn't. So I'm sad. I do want to try the Metroid Prime Remastered, but I don't own the game yet, so that's another matter entirely. And then these are kind of long games that I might try if we have time.
Yeah, for me, Last of Us Part 1, I have played it before, and it was a while ago though, and I do think it's a very intriguing game and story, and we're going to have to approach that a little bit differently compared to how we approach normal Let's Plays, because there are a lot of parts where you're going to be quiet and I have to pay attention. Sword Art Online, Fatal Bullet, just easy fun, I think that is, so I'm happy to do that. Little Misfortune, I keep seeing clips of that game and it looks like a lot of fun. It looks really dumb and looks pretty funny, so I'm going to try that out. GS Chronicles, cool. Fucking ROM hack. Mega Mind Ultimate Showdown is only there for Richard Anderson. And Honey Pop 3, if that ever gets made.
Maybe it gets, and we can ignore this part.
Yeah.
This doesn't matter. That's just jokes we had in like 2019.
Yeah, these like the first ever jokes we had. I'm probably, I'm making an executive decision. Deleted.
Rest in peace, Firestorm Baby Dropkick Challenge.
When did we do that? We were talking about wrestling once about how we made a joke about Alistair Black massing an infant, and then we just somehow made up the Firestorm Baby Dropkick Challenge, and then
things escalated.
Man, early Firestorm was full of the top tier quality jokes. Yeah,
truly, it really was.
So yeah, there you go. That's the kind of the ideas we have right now. We'll see how things play out. It does all depend on like time, money, etc., etc. It will continue to make content. It will come out as it comes out, and you'll see it when you see it. It doesn't really matter. Things will happen when they happen. But yeah, that's kind of the plans we have at the minute. And yes, ReZero Season 3 discussion. We have to. This shit gets views. Literally, like our most viewed shit is ReZero reviews. Even like episodes on Spotify don't get a lot of traction because like no one really knows we're there. But like the fucking ReZero ones have the most listens out of every thing we put up there. So that tells you enough.
Yeah, it really does.
But yeah, so
that's all we got for today.
Yeah, well, there you go. I hope you enjoyed this mishmash episode, and stay tuned for episode 69.
Yes, sir.
that would be interesting. And then random as fuck 7, because I like the tradition of just every 10 episodes, random shit. I do like that.
Random fuck.
I might even get high. Who knows?
Who knows?
That's an idea.
You get high, I'll get drunk. It'll be great.
That is an idea. That is an idea. And then, yeah, we got the album reviews. I kind of planned out, that's why I thought 71 we could do Through Fire, because it comes out in April, and then after that, Ruby Volume 9 concludes, so 72.
Oh, Ruby Volume 9.
That was my kind
How
of
many? We have four more episodes? Yeah.
Yeah, 7, 8, 9, 10. So, yeah. We just recorded our reaction for my channel
yes.
for episode 6, just before this. Spoilers coming ahead. Yang and Blake kiss finally.
Yeah!
Also, Jordan's got the Riz. Weiss
John really does.
Was just
Riz.
like, when did you get so mature? And it's like, damn.
And she starts blushing.
John got the Riz for real.
He wasn't even trying, and he had more Riz than he's ever had.
I know. Damn. Look at him go.
What a guy.
Yeah. That's all. I should want to say anything else. I'll do the outro, I guess.
Nah, I'm all good.
We hope you enjoyed our WrestleMania predictions and the FireStorm Gaming tier list. Let us know what your favorite Let's Play was, if you have watched any, and if you haven't, fucking watch them. They're pretty good. Subscribe to both of our channels, and our collective channel here, FireStorm and Silverstorm and Trent JM. If you have any recommendations for games or podcast ideas or anything, leave them in the comments down below, or email us at firestormproductions2@gmail.com. And follow us on Twitter as well, FireStormPod and all that shit, just down below. Thank you guys so much for watching and listening, and we will see you next time.
Bye.
Bye.